It's the Sean Widmer Podcast. It's a journal by someone that just really doesn't like to write.
Happy Saturday, the 5th of July. Thank you for checking out the Sean Widmer Podcast. I appreciate it. Hopefully your 4th of July was great. Let me adjust the camera live on the podcast. Could have done that before we started. Hopefully, like I said, your 4th was great. We're going to talk a little 4th of July today. A little excitement that I've got. And green thumbs, I may need your help here in a little bit. But I'm excited. Right off the bat, I'm excited. I just got a message from one of my cousins. I've got a million cousins back in Spokane. My grandparents had 5 kids. Every one of those kids decided to have multiple children. And so we have a slew of cousins. Did I turn the lights on? Whatever. If you're watching on YouTube, the lights are weird. Sorry. We have a slew of cousins in our family. And I was excited. One of them just texted me. She married one of the greatest Eastern Eagle basketball players of all time, Mark Axton, Hoopfest champion now 7 times in a row. They have, of course, Kristen was a cheerleader at Eastern. Mark played hoops, classic All-American story. And they have manufactured a athletic family. They just manufacture athletes. That's all they do. Just hooper after volleyball player. It's just a madhouse of athleticism there at the Axton household. And my cousin just texted and she said, "Hey, how far away is Hamilton, Ohio?" I said 2 hours. She said Noelia's got basketball there. So I'm excited. I'm excited to find out here in the next little bit. We're going to get to go up and see my cousin's daughter, another Axton, hoop it up locally. That kind of stuff is fun for me. It's fun to see family. It'll be great to see my cousin. Hopefully Mark is there. I can talk to him about 7 championships in a row at Hoopfest. It's a lot of them. The elite on the elite court. That's a lot of them. I think we're at the point though with his team. I'll ask Mark. They've got to be just getting all the calls, right? That's what I'd say if I was the other teams. Hey, Mark, you're getting all the calls. Someone breathes on you, it's probably a foul. Someone leans near you, probably a foul. Jeez Louise, these guys. Anyways, it'd be great to see them. So I'm excited about that and get to go to a new place. Now, the question's going to be, do I take kids? There's no way Woods can make it, 1-year-old. He's not gonna survive it. The games are during the day. So, it's not like it's going to require early wake up or super late staying up. It's during the day, but I just know the 1-year-old, it's not in the cards for him. The other 2, I think we can do. It's just going to require, which I'm fine with, all the snacks and probably some tablet time. Because as much as I want to pretend that my son Huck is going to love the basketball, I know him better than that. He would love race cars or monster trucks. That would keep his attention. I just don't know that basketball is going to do it. My daughter is probably going to be in love with Noelia, just madly in love, and will be so amazed that she's playing basketball on the court. She'll be fine. And the 2-hour drive, I think for both of them, they'll be okay with. We'll just run, whatever songs they need to listen to right now. Which, by the way, right now we are on a Despicable Me soundtrack kick, which includes a lot of just 80s songs in the soundtrack we're listening to, including "Bad" by Michael Jackson. That's the big jam right now in the house. We are loving some Michael Jackson. Anyways, that's all to say. I'm at that. It's that fun parenting time where the kids are now old enough that a 2-hour drive to go watch a couple basketball games and then a 2-hour drive back, that's not a daunting task. That's very, very doable. And I'm very excited about that. Just that whole prospect moving forward is really great. I felt like a bad parent last night to an extent, but not really. 4th of July was yesterday on the day I'm recording this. Great 4th of July. I'm very blessed to have people in my life who have swimming pools. And I've been very blessed my entire life, at least in the U.S., when we'd come back to visit the U.S. from Venezuela, my grandpa, my dad's dad, he, of course, he does everything himself. He built his house by himself. My grandpa's story with building his house is the most man from the 1930s and 40s way of doing things. He built his house, and a lot of it is brick, and he got the brick from a torn down building. He saw a school that had been torn down, and he asked the people what they were doing with the brick. They said they were going to get rid of it. He said, "Can I take it?" So he hauled off all of this brick. Now, this brick still had the cement grout, whatever the grout is, whatever keep the mortar that keeps the bricks together, that cement, it still had all that on the brick. So, you get like 8 pieces of brick in a wall that had been knocked over, and a lot of the brick was broken, but then there'd be some whole pieces of brick in there, but they were, cemented together. My grandpa took all this brick, saved the bricks that weren't broken, chiseled away the cement, had some device that he made up that would scrape it all away, and that's how he got the brick for his house. So my grandpa is very much cheap. Also just didn't have a lot of money, but also very cheap, and when it comes to ingenuity, he is great. So he built half of his house, the brick part, which was like the foundation and up a little bit, was brick, and he built it with these bricks that he got from a torn down schoolhouse. Just a great Gramps story. Anyways, I tell you that story to explain my grandpa had a pool in Spokane. And I think when you say, "Oh, my grandpa had a pool," you assume there's some money involved. There was no money involved with Gramps and Graham. Gramps just dug it. He had enough connections. He tiled. He was a teacher, but he also had a tiling company. He had enough connections through church and his job. He found somebody who had a backhoe or whatever it is. Yeah, I don't know my big rigs, but whatever it is that digs. And he got someone to bring it over, and he used it. Bobcat, I don't know what they are. And he dug out the hole. They used shovels. My dad was involved in this, my uncle, and they dug out and my grandpa built his own swimming pool in the backyard because he wanted one for the kids. He wanted the kids and their friends to be at his house, and so he built a swimming pool, which just sounds crazy to me considering he's just a teacher, but he figured out how to do it and, get the filter in, and he built a pool house, which you could tell the pool house was built by Gramps. It looked very much like something that he built really quickly to house all of the pump and everything for the pool. But my grandpa's an amazing man, a truly amazing man. And anyways, I've been fortunate to be around swimming pools my whole life. And I've been fortunate to have my grandpa. He is truly, he's awesome. But we got to be around swimming pools yesterday for 4th of July, which is great and terrifying as a parent. I mean, there's a lot of bad things that can happen in a swimming pool. So there's that part of it. There's also the part of it that if you get in there with your kids and you have a little bit of fun in the pool. My kids play very well in the pool with their cousins and each other. And every now and then, Dad wants to get in the pool. It's hot outside. I'm going to get in the pool. And you get in the pool, and inevitably, you want to play with your kids. So you maybe roughhouse a little bit, throw the football to them a little bit. And then you throw a kid in the air one time, and you realize, oh no, what have I done? It's the most innocently dreadful move you can make in a swimming pool as an adult is accidentally throwing a child into the air one time. Because the second you do it, you are now the Pied Piper of the swimming pool the rest of the day. Because no child seems to forget that at all the rest of the time. They are at your hip 24/7. Hey, Uncle Sean, can you throw me in the air? Dad, can you throw me in the air? And it never stops. And so you have to get out of the pool, hope that, 40 minutes, an hour later, they've forgotten. So you get out and then you sneak back in the pool the second your toes hit the water. Hey, can you throw me in the air? And there's 8 of them. And some of them are over 10 years old and aren't 20 pounds. So my arms are sore today, to say the least. And now, I've done it. Yeah, I've done it to myself. I think all adults have done it to themselves at some point. So I've got to remember to walk that fine line of interacting with the kids in the pool and then what you do with them, because whatever fun thing you do, they are going to want to do for eternity. A great day, though. Great 4th of July. My daughter, not this 4th of July, but the last 4th of July, 2024, fireworks went off and they terrified her. We had some fireworks incidents that just absolutely scarred my daughter for life. And we were hoping that 365 days later, the firework fear would be gone. It was not. At about 6 o'clock, my daughter could sense, dinner was over, and my daughter could feel fireworks coming. And the panic started to set in. Are they here yet? Are they coming yet? Are people doing them yet? Are they going to be by me? And just started to get fearful. So bad parenting by me. On the 4th of July, a day where people stay up late and watch fireworks, all of my kids were in bed by 7:30. And the sun was still shining bright in the sky. We were 2 hours away from fireworks. We had them all in bed, out. So, I mean, hey, bad parenting, maybe, just keep your kids up, let them see the fireworks. Good parenting, I got to enjoy the fireworks alone with my wife. And fireworks there were in Lexington, Kentucky. It is funny. Spokane had banned fireworks many years ago. It gets so dry in Spokane. There's so many fires in Spokane because everything is just a tinderbox. It takes a spark. It only takes a spark. Shout out to my 90s Christian music fans, 80s Christian music fans, to get a fire going. And so fireworks in Spokane, not the play, but here they are because it's so wet. It rains all the time. And so the neighborhoods were popping off with fireworks. And it was spectacular. So, we kind of have an eye on our kids and we're like, okay, let's keep our eyes on the monitors. Is the baby going to react to fireworks? Is Olivia going to hear them and freak out? And so there were some fireworks down maybe a block and a half away that were pretty loud. And so we kept looking and nothing was stirring, not even a mouse. Woods was good. Then there was some on one block away from us behind our house. Great for us to watch from our back deck. And they were pretty loud. And I thought, okay, these are going to be the ones that wake the kids. They didn't do it. Then I heard what sounded like a bomb going off on top of my house. And I looked, and sure enough, right above my house, there was a firework. Now, I love fireworks. I thought, best thing ever. My wife, who is sensitive towards the fear of my daughter and also our baby sleeping, was like, what was that? And it was great for me. 2 houses down, some of the guys there had bought a ton of monster fireworks. And they were setting them off in the little cul-de-sac in front of our house. And, first I think my wife was like, this stinks. But the kids didn't wake up, and then she realized this is awesome. We're sitting directly underneath them. And we went out in the front, and these guys put on an amazing fireworks display for us. It was so cool, so great. Woods kind of woke up a little bit. The 1-year-old kind of woke up a little bit, but he fell right back to sleep. And in the weirdest turn, my daughter, who is mortified of mortars, didn't wake up at all. Fireworks are done. They've been done for about 20 minutes. We're back in the house kind of cleaning up. And all of a sudden, I hear my daughter screaming bloody murder as she missed all the fireworks, but woke up. I had fallen asleep in her bed with her because she was worried. I said, look, I'm going to keep you safe. I'm going to hold on to you. What a lie by Dad. The second she was out, I was gone. And she lost it. And she was like, there's fireworks. I'm so scared. They're going to be loud. They're going to be loud. Can someone come in here with me, please? I'm so scared. They're going to be loud. And in my head, I'm thinking, I don't have the guts to tell you. You slept through the bombs, babe. But I went up there and, did the dad thing. Hey, I will protect you. When the fireworks hit, I will be here. Whoops. And she went back to sleep and slept through the night. But it was great. I go back and forth on, do I still like fireworks or not? I grew up loving them. They just, at some point they become very monotonous. It's the same. Oh, it's another firework. Oh, it's the same fireworks. But it was awesome. Last night, watching the guys launch them off in front of our house. It was fun. I loved it. They're cool. Fireworks are cool. And I'm excited for next 4th of July already. All right. I'm hoping next year I'll probably keep Huck up. I think Huck will really like him.
Kelly's, what are you into?
How does your garden grow, Mary? Quite contrary. We've done it. I think I talked about it a couple weeks ago on the podcast. We started a garden. My wife just had this urge to go out and get a bunch of vegetables. She got some flowers, and then she got some herbs, some basil, and some chive. I don't know if chive's an herb. I don't think so. But basil is. And we have some mint in the backyard. And I've been trying to keep up with it, and it is crazy how the garden is growing in this weather in Lexington. We have had some monster cucumbers grow, so those have worked. The flowers look great. The mint is everywhere. The basil looks like a tree. We've crushed it with that. The chives are hanging in there, but my wife also got just some random things that the guys at the flower shop or whatever it was got her. Watermelon, I don't know what's going on there. The tomatoes, we've seen one cherry tomato, and that was it. And that's been a while. I'm worried about that. I think there's a green pepper that wanted to grow, but then maybe didn't get enough water, and it looks like it looks a little dehydrated. So that one, we'll see what happens there. But the cucumber's crazy. Our problem child is the blueberries. We got 2 blueberry bushes, and we now are the proud owners pretty much of 2 sticks. So that was it. But I'm going to, you farmers, Garrett Miles, you know it. All right. Brandon, you farm on the internet, so you know it. Boy, there's something cool and raw about going to your garden and pulling 2 cucumbers out, bringing them up to the house, washing them off, chopping them up, and putting them on the dinner table and being like, yeah, I made these cucumbers from the earth that are sitting next to your McDonald's chicken nuggets. It feels great. We are of the earth now. We're pretty much Laura Ingalls Wilder in this house. Okay, I hope your 4th of July was awesome. I'm compiling them. We have a couple. When I get to like 6 to 10, maybe, we're going to do the episode. If you have a Kelly's What Are You Into, which mine today was my garden. If you have a Kelly's What Are You Into, send it to me either on YouTube, on Spotify, or over at seanslife.com in the comments box. And when we get enough of them, we'll run down everyone's Kelly's What Are You Into, the thing you're into right now, and we'll have some fun with that on the podcast. I do need to see if we have any comments today. I forgot to look. I think there is a couple. There was a couple more that are like take the bait ones. I got that the last episode sparked people to be really hilarious on the comments over at seanslife.com, but I think I'm going to stop doing those because people were not too thrilled with the Wednesday podcast. So besides my dad, who said thanks for the shout out. All right, let's read some comments here, shall we? This one comes from Roberta over on YouTube. She said, okay, I just fell off my chair when you said tacos are not number one. Me interjecting. Roberta knows me well. She knows that for decades, tacos have been my favorite. So them getting dethroned, a little wild, but true. She goes on to say, but I agree with curry. I could eat it every day. Mango tree. Mango chicken curry at 3, please. Me interjecting again. The Mango Tree restaurant in Spokane, Washington is one of the best restaurants you are going to find in Eastern Washington. I believe there's still one on the South Hill. When we left, there was one in the South Hill, one downtown. It never failed. It was always good, no matter what menu item I got. Mango Tree in Spokane. Go there if you haven't. It's amazing. Roberta went on to say, frankly, walking into Mango Tree and inhaling is a religious experience. We were standing outside the Valley store the other day and it smelled so good. And I was full, but I could have been tempted to go in. My dad was going out on weekends and flying airplanes. I never wanted to go do that. But then being motion sick my entire life might have put a damper on that. I love that you are shouting out your dad. Thank you, Roberta. I love him. He's great. He's great. My dad is great. My grandpa is great. Again, fortunate for me. By the way, your dad out on the weekends flying airplanes. It's such a cool thing. People who fly airplanes are just cool. You just are. If you've flown an airplane before, you're cool. Period. Let's go to Spotify real quick, see what we have over there that is not a Kelly's What Are You Into? We will be collecting those, like I said. Yvonne said this. My dad always supported us in whatever sport we wanted to do. He was our cheerleader, never pushed us, wanted us just to have fun. Wanted us to just have fun. I love it. I love it. Okay, Yvonne, thank you. Roberta, thank you. To the people who commented and left Kelly's What Are You Into's, I'm keeping your names and your Kelly's What Are You Into's a secret, okay? And we'll get to those in an upcoming episode of a smorgasbord of Kelly's What Are You Into's. Thanks for listening to your favorite 15-minute podcast.